In this video, I'll show you how to rewrite the story of your life so you feel less anxiety and depression. How you think about your life impacts a lot of your current emotional state. Changing the story of your life changes the emotions you experience on a regular basis. This will help you out enormously. Let's go. Let's stop and think of the story of your life until now. Think about your entire life from a 1,000-foot-high level, from birth until whatever age you are right now. Think of all the ups and downs you've had. Think of all the good and bad in your life. Think about how you got to where you are right now. Your story, like a movie, could take on one of several genres, such as an adventure, a thriller, a drama, a comedy, a romance, or a horror. Think about your life and which category your life most closely resembles. What we're getting at here is the story of your life. This is the narrative you've created and now believe about your life. A helpful way of thinking about this is that if you were a character in the movie of your life, reflect on what character you've been playing all of your life. If someone were to play you in a movie, think about how you would tell them to act to portray you accurately. Now write out the story of your life. Be as detailed as you like, although hitting the highlights and lowlights and summarizing is best as opposed to writing out an autobiography. When you write out the story of your life, you'll be able to read it and see the narrative you've cast around your life. You'll be able to see the meanings you've given to various events, both empowering and limiting. You'll be able to trace the arc of your life, showing growth and evolution. You'll be able to read the story of your life so you clearly, consciously know how you got from where you were to here right now. Sure, you have an unconscious understanding, but clarity is power, so we want to make this conscious so it is clear. Once you've written out the story of your life, now it's time to rewrite it with new, empowering meanings. Comb through the story of your life, looking for meanings that can be improved. Sniff out and find disempowering meanings and change them, so rather than limiting you, they serve you. Changing the story of your life plays a large role in changing your very identity. As you'll recall, the strongest force in the human psyche is the desire to remain consistent with how you define yourself. By changing the story of your life, you're changing how you define yourself. Sculpting your identity like this in a positive way then improves how you think, feel, decide, and act. You get better results in life because you've upgraded your identity. Write out the new story of your life with a new, empowering narrative. When you read your new story, it should make you feel so much better about your life than your earlier story. Reading your new story should make you feel better about who you are as a person. Your new story contributes to the new identity we're shaping for you. The way to use this is by rereading the new story frequently until it sinks into your mind and you deeply believe it. You feel it as true. The path to a new identity is divorcing the story of limitation and marrying the truth that sets you free. Rewriting your story from limiting to empowering changes it all for you. Rewriting your new story gives you the opportunity to decide who you're going to be going forward. It lets you consciously pick the way you want to be. You don't have to be the way you were raised or let past programming get in the way of being the way you truly want to be. You truly can be any way you want to be. You must be clear on what you want, then decide to be that way. In the case of breaking free of anxiety and depression, make the decision to live your life as a joyous, certain person. Commit to living this way using all the strategies I've shown you in this course. Give up the old identity of you as an anxious and depressed person because it no longer serves you to keep it. Your past doesn't equal your future unless you live there. Deciding who you're going to be gives your brain a target to shoot for. You may not always be that person or not feel like the person quite yet, but it gives your brain a direction to go toward. Without a direction, your brain doesn't know what to do, so it just stagnates, flailing around in the same spot. Deciding who you're committed to being tells your brain, hey, go in this direction because this is what I truly want. Another thing to do to shed your old identity is to shed all the labels you've accumulated in your life. Both you and other people have made judgments about you throughout your life. They've stuck labels on you like sticking stickers on your shirt. Some of these labels might have been empowering, but probably the majority limited you. The way to rip off all your labels is with a label washing ceremony. What you're going to do is imagine a celestial pool of water. Then you imagine yourself going into this pool of water and scrubbing off every single label that has been attached to you. When you scrub off all the labels, you become free of them. I used to have labels like shy, awkward, socially inept, and nervous as limiting labels applied to me. They came from criticism I had for myself or that others made toward me. They tossed around these labels to me until they stuck, I never questioned these labels because I thought they were absolute truth, the same way my hair was blonde and my eyes were colored blue. Doing this label washing ceremony was incredibly powerful for me because I realized I am not my labels. These labels are arbitrary judgments stuck on you accidentally that don't serve you. Anything that doesn't serve you doesn't belong in your life, so let's get rid of them. After my label washing ceremony, I found myself much freer and able to be me without judgment or criticism. The problem with labels is it's you sticking yourself into a limiting box. Once you have the label applied to yourself, you stay within the confines of the box without ever breaking free of the box. The box becomes a jail cell, inhibiting your freedom to truly be you. You're an incredible, multifaceted human being that can't be compartmentalized into a box by slapping a label on you. You are not your labels. People who label themselves as bad dancers never get to enjoy the fun of dancing because they focus on being embarrassed that they're dancing and fearing what others think rather than focusing on cutting loose. People who label themselves as shy won't approach a stranger to ask them out for a date because the label stops them. Shy people behave shyly or else they wouldn't be shy. The label creates the limitation for as long as it is stuck to the person. Do the label washing ceremony. Envision yourself ripping off all the labels that have been applied to you. These labels box you into a way of being when really what you want is to choose to be any way you wish. Be the way you wish to be, not the way others want you to be or your childhood programming has made you be. It truly is a choice. And never, never, never let anyone stick a label on you now or in the future without your consent. If people start to describe you, they're likely trying to label you. If people characterize you or stereotype you, be on guard that they may be trying to label you. If you agree with their characterization, you might be letting them slap a label on you. Defy labels. And don't put labels on yourself either, unless they're empowering. Be you, because there's only one of you on the planet, and we need you. The only labels you should keep are labels that empower you, preferably labels you've deliberately chosen and applied. Wash yourself free of labels to free yourself from a limited identity. This is how you upgrade your identity. Reinventing the story of your life and washing yourself free of labels are major steps to cultivating a brand new, more empowered identity. You're on the right track. Keep up the great work. That ends this video. Now, go to the next video.